faculty members who are experiencing the crisis for the first time and are looking toward delivering their course materials online have some trepidation, and understandably so. So let's talk about those issues. I mean, you may not be experienced in this area, but on the other hand, you probably use email, text messages, you probably or possibly read social media, of some sort, and certainly you use your phone to Google things. So you've got some experience with delivery using and seeking information, using the web and using smartphones. I think we need not overcomplicate the process. This is less nuanced than we would do if we were creating an online course from the beginning. Rather, we're looking at identifying your course syllabus, looking down at the bottom or beginning at learning outcomes, identifying those outcomes you have placed for this course, and then reorganizing the syllabus. I mean, it's your syllabus, it's your course. You have the right to shift things around as long as you hit those learning outcomes. So once we've identified those outcomes, and which have been most completely covered already, and those that still need to be covered, we focus in on those that need to be covered. And then we identify what activities, what resources, what materials are critical to those learning outcomes we have not yet accomplished. So we'll focus on those. And among those, which ones do we have online resources available? Are there reports online? Are there other materials? Perhaps you know a colleague, maybe one of your doctoral buddies or friends during the prior years who might be available to record via Zoom a short piece and serve as a guest lecturer as an expert in an area. So that's one of the tools you can use. Looking at those list of resources and what is yet to be done for the semester, we need to find paths that can be delivered online. And maybe it's a group project, maybe it's group discussion. Those work well online. The students are generally experienced, many of them even in high school, in using a learning management system. So they'll be familiar with a discussion board, and they'll be able to discuss, if you create groups or maybe the class as a whole can discuss topics, and you can pose those Socratic questions to keep them moving forward through their discussion of these topics. So I would recommend that you look really at 3 or 4 weeks first. That's what we should look at first. Let's get a plan for that. Let's create some discussion board items, some resource items, some maybe a guest lecture or two. You might record a brief video. We try not to go too long in videos online because we find that attention span doesn't last. It's also important to realize accessibility. We need to continue to provide accessible resources. So the instructional designers and the staff in faculty developers, instructional developers, they'll work with you to make sure that the materials we put up are accessible. And so if we look at that, then we'll reassess in 2 or 3 weeks to see where we are. And then we might have some more difficult challenges because we put to the end those that we didn't want to deal with first. However, by then we will have had some experience online. And we, that is the faculty, the students, and the developers, all will have had more experience. So let's all hang together. Advice once again, wash your hands, get plenty of sleep, and practice responsible social distancing.